Good evening. Welcome to the live call-in edition of the Free Thought Forum for Tuesday, April 28th, 2009. This program is brought to you by Pennsylvania Nonbelievers, which is just the most delightful group of heretics and heathens you'll ever want to meet. I'm here tonight with one of those delightful heretics, Dr. John Nernoff.
I'm not going to shake your hand. I don't want to get the flu.
Okay. The swine flu is going around.
Yes,
and oddly enough, even atheists get it. I'm Steve Neubauer, and of course this is Dr. John. Before we get started, I just need to read everybody this. Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers on this program do not reflect the opinions of Comcast, White Rose Community Television, or their respective officers or boards of directors, or anyone other than the person who is speaking. You might notice on the lower left-hand side of your screen, we are now up to 3,171 days since we have invited Jesus Christ to appear live on our set in front of our cameras and prove his existence. And of course, he has yet to appear in any fashion other than in a small, silly statue at one point.
I have the red pen here that I want him to levitate, so we're watching this too.
We're waiting for any kind of evidence of Jesus. We would like him to appear in person and prove his existence, but barring that, if he could make the red pen rise. You're not quite that windy, John.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it goes.
Almost did it.
There it goes. This is a live call-in show. The number's there on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. It's 846-5067. If you have any questions or comments, give us a call. Please try to be brief. We would prefer that you not use our time to proselytize or ramble on about God or religion or Jesus or Allah or whoever your favorite imaginary friend happens to be. If you have a legitimate question, feel free to give us a call. Every month we give the following challenges to viewers to prove any supernatural events in the Bible. If you have any evidence that any of the supernatural events in the Bible actually occurred, let us know. We will investigate it and get back to you. Prove any effects of prayer. We hear a lot about the benefits of prayer, but we don't hear any really reliable evidence that it works. So if you have any, we were going to talk about this the last time you and I were on, and we didn't have time to get to it. Maybe we'll have time later this evening. Prove that America was founded as a Christian nation. We hear this a lot as well, but so far the alleged proof, I should say, that has been given for that assertion has been shown to be not true, basically. Prove that abortion is more dangerous to women than giving birth. We hear a lot of religious folks claiming that women are being harmed by legal abortions, and we'd just like to hear the evidence for that, if it exists. And prove that marriage between gay people is in any way harmful to the marriage of other people. Why shouldn't they go on eBay? There's the hand of God. Now, this guy claims it's a man and be as miserable as everybody else. That's my question. Another challenge we might mention is your perennial challenge to prove or to define God.
Yeah, the last caller harangued for about 15 minutes on a higher power. Don't we believe in some sort of thing out there that's beyond us, is more powerful than we can imagine, so forth and so on, and that's fine. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. It's up to the claimant to define what he's talking about and point out where the evidence might be found, and then to actually come up with the evidence instead of saying something about a vague power.
Right.
So please don't call up again. We have it all on CDs. We can DVDs. We can review that at our leisure.
Well, at least if the caller is going to call back, come up with something new.
Yeah.
Because we actually debunked.
Well, there is a higher power, 220 volts I have in my house. I got a chopstick inserted in there once by mistake, and it really proved its point.
Well, we're all subject to the power of gravity.
Yes.
But that's a lower power because it's always beneath you unless you happen to be hanging upside down.
So I don't know if that qualifies as a higher power.
One thing I wanted to mention before we get into your presentation, John, I just wanted to let's set this up. Last year, John and I did a program here on the Free Thought Forum. We did a whole program on the images of Jesus and Mary and other alleged holy beings that appear in tacos and
pizza.
Pizzas. There was one in a meteorite and a chicken leg, I think it was.
Oak tree, I remember.
An oak tree.
Yeah.
Yes, there were all.
That's called pareidolia, by the way. It's
yes.
like a built-in thing in humans' brains to see an image that isn't there, isn't intended.
Right.
Like you look at the clouds and there's a thing up there that looks like Yahweh.
And it doesn't matter what this face or image really looks like.
You do it Yahweh, I'll do it my way.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
exactly right. It's assumed to be Jesus. If
right.
it looks like a male figure, it's Jesus. If it looks like a female figure, it just has to be Mary, although nobody knows what any of these people look like, assuming they even existed at all. Anyway, there was just, I just was cruising around the internet
I'll
yesterday,
put this up for you,
and I saw the Hand of God rock being sold on eBay. Now there's the Hand of God. Now this guy claims, it's a man in northern Idaho, says he's seen a massive hand of God, and I guess there was a rock slide or something behind his house, and this image of a hand appeared, and he is convinced that it's the hand of God. He says he's looking for a job, and he prayed. He prayed, and the rocks fell, and now he's selling the rights. Although I have to say, I think it was pulled off. eBay pulled it off at some point a day or two ago. But I was looking at this image and wondering, how did he arrive that this was God's hand? And it, with the short fingers and the very small opposable thumb down near the wrist, it looked to me like the hand of a chimpanzee, not a human being.
You never know.
So, is this guy saying that?
I mean, there is evolution, right? So God made chimpanzees in His own image, and then we evolved from the chimp.
No, we didn't evolve from the chimps. Chimps and man evolved from a common ancestor.
Yeah, I know that.
Allegedly, you know that.
I'm only
You're being
paraphrasing. I'm being.
But I think you, as a physician,
sarcastic.
looked at that photograph, and you saw something else wrong with that.
It looks like there's a couple extra fingers, one on one side, one on the other. Like the image is one of polydactyly, which is a congenital malformation. And there's all kinds of congenital malformations, unfortunately, and this might be considered as part of design theory, intelligent design, I doubt, but they seem to never mention any of the congenital malformations. The hair lip, for example, is a hair lip of the what do they call it? The cleft palate. Mm-hmm. There's a whole TV advertising scheme now to rescue these kids, which is good, to repair these unfortunate infants, but this is part of intelligent design. It's never mentioned, so I think there's reason to believe it's totally bogus. It's another.
So if we believe what this guy's claiming about this rock in his backyard, it's that the hand of God is apparently a deformed chimp.
I have one little line here I might mention later, but I'll mention it now. Creationism is intelligent design in a cheap tuxedo. But I thought it was a pretty good line.
Okay. And you had some things you wanted to talk about, John?
Yes, I've been on the internet now for about 20 years, and I've been collecting sayings, quotes, quotations, epithets, little jibes, put downs, so forth. I think somebody's getting sick of my face here. Why don't you just put it on a long telescopic view instead? So I've been